Welcome back to the Deep Dive. I have to say, I am genuinely excited for this conversation today because we are tackling a subject that I think touches a nerve, literally and figuratively, for so many people in the UK right now.
It really does.
It's one of those topics that sits in the back of your mind and maybe keeping you up at night, but you just keep pushing it down because the solution seems, well, impossible. We are talking about teeth.
It is the classic lingering problem, isn't it? It's something we use every single minute of the day to eat, to speak, to smile, but it's often the last thing we invest in because the barriers are just so high.
Exactly. And I want to start with a scenario that I think is going to sound painfully familiar to a huge chunk of our listeners.
Okay.
Picture this. It's a Tuesday morning. You wake up. Maybe you've got that dull, throbbing ache in the back of your jaw that's been there for months. Or maybe you're getting ready for work. You look in the bathroom mirror under those harsh lights, and you don't like what you see.
That's a very vulnerable moment for a lot of people.
It is. You see the staining from years of coffee and tea. You see a gap that makes you self-conscious. You see a chipped tooth that you've been ignoring for, 5 years. And you think, right, today is the day I am finally going to sort this out.
The moment of decision.
Yes. You pick up the phone, you call your local private dentist in Surrey or Cheshire or London, and what happens?
I can tell you exactly what happens because I hear this story every single day. First, you struggle to even get through.
Right.
But when you do, the receptionist tells you the next available appointment for a simple consultation is 3 or 4 months away.
Months just to talk to someone.
Just to get in the chair and have a look. And then if you dare to ask about the heavy lifting, we're talking veneers, implants, the cosmetic work that actually fixes the problem, you get quoted a price that makes your eyes water.
It's astronomical, isn't it?
It really is. I mean, you're looking at the price of a small car.
Or a deposit on a house.
Or a deposit on a house, absolutely. For a lot of people, being quoted 20 or 30,000 pounds for a smile makeover isn't just expensive, it's insulting. It's completely inaccessible.
It feels like luxury care has been gated behind this velvet rope. If you aren't in the top 1% of earners, having a Hollywood smile or even just a functional, pain-free mouth feels completely out of reach.
And you can't understate the emotional toll of that.
No.
It's heavy. We're talking about people covering their mouths when they laugh, avoiding photos at their own children's weddings, feeling less confident in job interviews. It chips away at your self-esteem.
I read a statistic that something like 60% of people in the UK are unhappy with their smile. That's a huge number.
It's a functional crisis in healthcare. When you have a massive percentage of the population actively unhappy with their smile but unable to afford the fix, that's a problem.
Right.
And usually when we discuss solutions to this, the conversation awkwardly pivots to going abroad, dental tourism. And immediately I can feel the listeners tensing up.
Oh, absolutely. The dreaded turkey teeth headlines flash in your mind.
The horror stories of people coming back with teeth that glow in the dark.
The ones that look like a row of Tic Tac.
Exactly. But today, we are unpacking something that completely flips that narrative. We are doing a deep dive into Mediglobe. Now, Mediglobe is a premium dental center based in Antalya, Turkey.
Okay.
But, and this is the huge aha moment for today's episode, the solution isn't just a distant idea in Turkey anymore. It is physically coming to London.
That is the part that really grabbed me. This is the game changer. We aren't just talking about browsing a website, booking a flight, and hoping for the best.
No, this is different. Mediglobe is launching dental consultation days right here in the UK.
So the dentists are coming to us.
The senior dentists, the actual clinicians, they are coming here. This is a strategic game changer. Our mission today is to explain why this specific event is the bridge that so many patients have been looking for. We're going to look at how Mediglobe eliminates that blind faith risk, what actually happens during these London consultations, and why this is completely different from the mass market dental tourism we're warned about.
So let's set the scene properly. We've established that the UK dental landscape is difficult. High costs, low availability. Why is Mediglobe the solution? And I want to be clear for everyone listening, we aren't talking about a budget cut-rate clinic here.
No, and that's a vital distinction to make right at the start. Mediglobe positions itself as premium health tourism.
Premium health tourism. I like that phrase.
It's important because they are tackling the turkey teeth myth head on. You know the myth. You go abroad, get your natural teeth filed down to tiny little pegs like a shark, and come back with blindingly white, fake-looking blocks in your mouth.
Right, the one-size-fits-all approach.
That's the factory model. Mediglobe is the opposite. Their focus is on high technology, biomimetic dentistry, which means mimicking nature, and a premium experience from start to finish.
The phrase that jumped out at me regarding their approach was health and holiday.
It's a compelling proposition, isn't it? You get premium quality care standards that often exceed local UK clinics due to the sheer volume of high-tech equipment they invest in.
That's a surprising point. You'd assume it's the other way around.
Well, think about it. They're a specialized center. They can invest in the latest scanners, 3D printers, and AI software that a small local practice just couldn't justify financially.
That makes sense.
So you get that level of technology, but at costs that are up to 70% lower than the UK. And you wrap that in a luxury vacation in Antalya.
70% lower is a massive number. I think people naturally wonder if it's that much cheaper. Is the quality worse? Am I cutting corners on my health?
That's the most common question, and it's a fair one. It's the first thing I would ask. But you have to look at the economics. It's arbitrage.
Arbitrage.
Yeah, you're taking advantage of the difference in costs between two markets. The cost of labor, the cost of real estate, the insurance premiums, and the operational overheads in Turkey are significantly lower than in central London.
So you're not paying for cheaper materials?
No. You aren't paying for lower quality materials, you're paying for lower overheads. In fact, Mediglobe uses materials like zirconia and technologies like AI that are top tier, often better than what you'd find in a standard neighborhood clinic here.
Okay, so the quality's there, the price is accessible. What's the catch?
There's no catch, but there is a barrier. And the biggest barrier isn't price. It's trust.
The trust gap.
Precisely. It's hard to trust a doctor you've never met in a country you might not have visited with something as permanent as your teeth.
Of course. It's a huge leap of faith.
A massive leap. And that is why Mediglobe is coming to London. They are closing that trust gap. They are bringing their senior dentists, the actual people who do the work, to the UK to meet patients face to face before any commitment is made to travel.
So let's walk through this event. I'm a listener. I'm tired of my dental situation. I'm tired of hiding my smile. And I sign up for the Mediglobe dental meeting in London. What am I walking into? What does it feel like?
First off, dispel the idea of a sales seminar.
Right. It's not a timeshare pitch.
Not at all. You aren't sitting in a hotel ballroom with 50 other people listening to a pitch. You are walking into a professional, private consultation. It's a clinical assessment, one-on-one.
Okay.
If you have x-rays from your UK dentist, you bring them. If not, the senior dentist can perform a physical examination of your teeth and gums right there in the room.
That is incredibly valuable just on its own.
Yeah.
Getting a second opinion from a specialist without a 6-month waiting list.
It is invaluable. And the goal of this meeting is transparency. They have a strict, no-surprise policy. After they assess you, they look at your unique case, your photos, your x-rays, and they give you a clear, fixed-price treatment plan.
On the spot.
Right there. You know exactly what the implants will cost, what the crowns will cost. There are no hidden fees waiting for you in Antalya. The price is locked in.
That is huge because the Ryanair model of hidden fees is what terrifies people.
Yeah.
You think it's one price, but then you pay for the baggage, the seat, the water.
Exactly. You get there and suddenly they say, oh, you'll need this extra procedure for another £1,000.
Right.
Mediglobe eliminates that. The price you get in London is the price. And there's something about a handshake, isn't there?
There really is, the human connection.
You get to look the dentist in the eye. You get to ask the questions that keep you up at night. The ones you feel silly asking over email.
Like what?
Like, is it going to hurt? What sedatives do you use? How many days will I be swollen? What happens if a crown chips in 5 years? What's the aftercare like?
The real practical questions.
The real stuff. You get to gauge their professionalism, their English fluency, their empathy. You are starting the relationship in London, not at the airport in Turkey. You're building that foundation of trust.
I also read about something called the lookbook experience at these events. It sounds very premium, almost like a design consultation.
It is. It's a fantastic tool. They present these high-quality coffee table books filled with patient stories and before and after photos. But it's not just marketing. It's a communication tool. It allows you to communicate visually. Language can sometimes be vague. I want a natural white might mean something different to me than it does to you.
Good point. My natural white might be your Hollywood white.
Precisely. But when you look at high-resolution photos, you can point to a smile and say, I love how natural those edges look. Or I want something brighter than that, but not as white as this one. It aligns your expectations with their capabilities perfectly. It's a visual contract.
That makes the abstract concept of new teeth very tangible. You can actually see what's possible.
Mm-hmm.
And are there perks for attending? Any incentives?
Yes. For patients who decide to book their treatment slot during the UK meeting, Mediglobe offers exclusive discount packages.
So it's worth making a decision there.
It is. This often includes things like VIP transfers being included in the package or upgrades at the partner hotels. It's an incentive to take action and stop procrastinating, to finally make that decision you've been putting off for years.
Okay, so let's say I'm convinced. I've met the dentist, I like the price, I feel good about the team. Now I want to know about the actual work. You mentioned high technology. What does Mediglobe actually do differently in the clinic?
This is where things get really exciting, actually. It's all about the integration of digital dentistry and artificial intelligence. They have an advanced tech stack that starts with an AI smile assessment.
AI for teeth. It sounds futuristic. How does that work in practice?
It's incredible. They use a camera and sophisticated software to scan your face. It looks at your lip line, your eye symmetry, your facial proportions, even the way your muscles move when you smile.
So it's not just about the teeth, it's about how the teeth fit the face.
That's the key. It uses all that data to predict the ideal smile design for your unique face. It's not one size fits all. It prevents that fake look where the teeth are too big or too uniform for the person's face. It's about harmony.
So it's bespoke. It's tailored to me.
Completely. And this leads into the next step, which is digital smile design. They design the smile on a screen in 3D before they touch your teeth.
And I get to see this.
You get to see it. You can see the end result. You can say, can we make the canines a little softer?
Uh-huh.
Or I'd like them a little rounder. It removes the guesswork. You are essentially co-designing your smile with the dentist. There are no nasty surprises.
Let's talk about specific treatments. Implants are a big one. I know so many people who need them, but put it off because of the surgery and the time. It sounds terrifying.
Implants are the flagship treatment at Mediglobe. They specialize in all-on-4 and all-on-6 procedures. This technology has genuinely changed lives.
Break that down for us. What does all-on-4 actually mean?
Okay, so imagine you have lost all your teeth on the top jaw, or the remaining teeth are failing and painful. In the olden days, we might try to put in an individual implant for every missing tooth. That's maybe 12 or 14 screws drilled into your jawbone.
Oh, wow. That sounds awful.
It's incredibly traumatic, very expensive, and requires a lot of healthy bone, which many people don't have.
Right.
All-on-4 is a brilliant engineering solution. They place 4 strategic implants, 2 at the front, straight up and down, and 2 at the back, which are angled at about 30 or 45 degrees.
Why the angle? What does that do?
The angle is key. It allows the implant to grab onto the denser bone that's usually found in the front of the jaw, and it avoids critical structures like the sinuses in the upper jaw. It's like the legs of a chair. The angle provides immense stability.
So those 4 points are enough to hold a whole set of teeth.
Exactly. These 4 anchors are incredibly stable. They can support an entire arch of 12 fixed teeth. It's a full bridge that is screwed into place. It doesn't come out.
And the main benefit here is speed.
Speed and quality of life. In the traditional route, you might be waiting months for bones to heal, wearing horrible removable dentures that slip and slide and rub your gums raw.
I've heard stories about that. It sounds miserable.
It is. With the Mediglobe protocol, you often walk away with fixed teeth in just a few days. You go from having no teeth or failing teeth to a full, fixed smile in less than a week. It's life-changing. You can eat an apple again. You can smile with confidence.
That is incredible. A few days versus months or years.
It's a different world.
Okay, so that's for people with missing teeth. What about the people who still have their teeth but just want them to look better? The Hollywood smile crowd? They talk a lot about zirconia. Why is zirconia the buzzword? Why not just porcelain or whatever we used to use?
This is a great question, and it shows how far material science has come. Zirconia is the superhero of dental materials right now.
Superhero.
Absolutely. Historically, we used PFM. That stands for porcelain fused to metal. You know the ones, they have a metal core for strength with porcelain baked on top.
Right, and sometimes you see that dark gray line right at the gum line on older crowns.
Exactly. That's the metal showing through, or the gum receding away from the metal. It's a dead giveaway that you've had work done. And because of that opaque metal core, light doesn't pass through the tooth naturally.
Oh.
It hits the metal and bounces back, so the tooth can look dead or flat in photos. It likes that natural sparkle, that translucency.
That makes so much sense.
Precisely. Zirconia is different. It's a biocompatible crystal. It's milled from a solid block, so it's incredibly strong enough to chew steak, crack nuts, whatever you need. but it has translucency. Light passes through it in a similar way to natural enamel.
So it looks alive.
It looks alive. It mimics the depth and sparkle of a natural tooth. And you mentioned biocompatibility.
Yes. What does that mean in this context?
It means your body likes it. The gum tissue, in particular, loves zirconia. It grows up against it nicely, creating a beautiful, healthy seal. Metal can sometimes cause inflammation, recession, or even allergic reactions in some people. Zirconia eliminates that allergy risk. It's cleaner, healthier, and looks infinitely better.
So it looks better and it's healthier. It seems like a no-brainer.
It is the modern standard for high-end aesthetic dentistry, and Mediglobe uses this for their veneers and full crowns to create that natural, radiant aesthetic that people are looking for now. Not fake, but a better version of natural.
And I should just add, it's not all about these huge makeovers, is it? They do the basics too.
Oh, of course. Root canals, extractions, whitening, fillings, all done with the same level of care and technology. The foundation has to be healthy before you build the beautiful house on top.
Now, I have to ask about safety. Because my mom would say, but is it safe? And frankly, it's the most important question.
And she should ask that. It's the #1 priority. The answer lies in their JCI accreditation. That stands for Joint Commission International.
I've heard that term thrown around. It's a big deal, right?
It is the absolute gold standard for global healthcare. It's a rigorous, nonprofit, U.S.-based accreditation system. To get it, a clinic has to be inspected and audited against hundreds of standards.
What sort of things do they check?
Everything. Patient safety protocols, surgical hygiene, sterilization processes, medication management, facility safety, fire exits, data privacy, staff qualifications, everything.
So it's not just a certificate you buy online.
Not at all. It's incredibly difficult to achieve and maintain. For a clinic to be JCI accredited, they're operating at a level that rivals or exceeds the best hospitals in the West. It is the ultimate reassurance for a UK patient. It takes the guesswork out of, is this a good clinic?
That is really comforting. It's not just someone setting up shop in a garage. It's a regulated, audited medical facility.
Exactly. You are arguably safer in a JCI clinic than in many non-accredited local practices. The standards are that high.
Okay, that covers the clinical side. Let's pivot to the holiday part. Because Mediglobe isn't just selling dental work, they're selling an experience.
They are. And this is another way they reduce the stress of the process. They treat the patient as a VIP guest. The journey is designed to be seamless and stress-free.
Tell me about the arrival. What happens when I get off the plane?
You land in Antalya. Usually this is the stressful part of travel, finding a taxi, haggling over the price, not knowing where you're going.
Right, trying to figure out the local currency while you're tired from the flight.
Forget all that. With Mediglobe, you have VIP transfers. A private driver meets you at arrivals with a sign with your name on it, takes your bags, and drives you straight to your hotel in a luxury vehicle. The holiday starts the moment you clear customs.
And the hotels.
Yeah.
We aren't talking about a budget B&B here. You mentioned some names.
No, absolutely not. They partner with the region's top luxury resorts. We're talking about places like Regnum Carya, Maxx Royal, Rixos Premium. These are 5-star plus properties.
What's the thinking behind that? Is it just a nice perk?
It's more than that. The idea is that in between your appointments, because remember, you aren't in the dental chair 24/7, you have downtime while lab creates your teeth, you are recovering in a resort setting.
So you're by the pool instead of in a stuffy waiting room.
Yeah. You're by the pool, on a private beach, at the spa. It changes the psychology of it. It feels like a treat, not a treatment. You're on holiday and you're also getting your dental work done.
And that must affect recovery, right? Being relaxed versus being stressed.
Exactly. There is actual science to this regarding stress. Cortisol, the stress hormone, inhibits healing. It increases inflammation. By placing the patient in a relaxing, sunny, luxury environment, you lower cortisol levels.
I've never thought about it like that.
You are actually helping your body integrate those implants or heal the gums faster than if you were rushing around on the London Underground in the rain, going back to a stressful job.
That makes so much sense. You're turning a medical procedure into a restorative break. But I have to ask about the language barrier. Even in a nice hotel, if I can't explain that my tooth hurts, I'm going to panic.
This is another layer of the Mediglobe strategy. They have a specific focus on the native experience. Their UK team, the people holding your hand through the process, your personal coordinators, are native English speakers.
So not just fluent, but native.
Native. Many have British accents. They understand the cultural context, the humor, the anxieties.
So I'm not struggling with translation apps.
No. You are speaking to someone who understands the nuance. If you say, I'm feeling a bit dodgy about this, or it's just a niggle, They know exactly what you mean. That psychological comfort is huge. You feel heard. It eases the fear of being foreign and misunderstood.
And what about the logistics? Do I have to book all this myself?
They have a concierge service. They handle everything. They can help you with flights, they book the hotels, they schedule all your appointments and transfers. You just have to pack your bag.
And what about when I get back to the UK? Is that it? The relationship is over?
No, and that's another crucial point. They have the UK Ambassador Club. This is a network of past patients who act as references. You can talk to real people from the UK who've been through it, and it means the support doesn't end when you fly home. Mediglobe has a footprint in the UK.
Let's talk about those past patients. The stories. Because stats are great, but stories stick. I was reading about a few of their patients. Peter Parker, Kylie Rogers, Lisa Brown. Let's start with Peter.
Let's talk about Peter Parker. Not the Spider-Man one, presumably. But his story is classic. He had a deep-seated fear of dentists. Dental phobia is very, very common.
I think a lot of people can relate to that. A bad experience as a child can stay with you forever.
It really can. And so he avoided care for a long time, which only makes the problems worse, usually. The shame builds up. You don't want to show anyone.
Right, it becomes a vicious cycle.
Exactly. He finally went to Mediglobe, and his testimonial focuses almost entirely on the painless experience. He was shocked that the team was so friendly and professional that his fear evaporated.
So it was the human element again.
It was. That's a testament to the chairside manner, which is just as important as the drill. They didn't judge him for the state of his teeth. They just focused on the solution and made him feel comfortable.
That's powerful. And then there's Kylie Rogers. She had a toothache, an emergency.
Yes, and in the UK, an emergency appointment can sometimes be a nightmare to secure. You might wait weeks while in agony, just being told to take painkillers.
I've been there, it's awful.
Mediglobe accepted her immediately, and she highlighted the patience of the doctor. He explained everything. That explanatory part is key. Patients don't want to be passive passengers in their own healthcare. They want to understand what is happening to their bodies.
To feel in control.
To feel in control, exactly. They took the time to explain the problem and the solution, which eased her anxiety.
And Lisa Brown. Hers was more about aesthetics, right?
She wanted the confidence boost, just a whitening treatment and a professional cleaning, and she got it. And her story is important because it shows it's not just about full mouth reconstructions. Sometimes it's the smaller changes.
And the psychological shift from hiding your smile to beaming is profound.
It is. It changes how you carry yourself in a room, how you interact with people. It can affect your career, your social life. It's a total transformation.
It really is. Okay, I want to put my skeptic hat on now.
Yeah.
I'm playing the role of the listener who is still hesitant. I've got some hard questions for you.
Go for it. Let's address them head on.
Question 1. Is it really safe? I'm leaving the regulatory safety net of the UK. If something goes wrong, I can't complain to the General Dental Council here. Who holds them accountable?
A really important question, and I will answer that with 3 letters again. JCI. As we discussed, Joint Commission International Accreditation is the safety net. It is a global standard that often exceeds local national standards. Their accountability is to this international body, which is incredibly strict.
And that's an ongoing thing? They get re-audited?
Oh, yes. It's not a one-time pass. They are constantly monitored and reevaluated. Plus, Mediglobe operates with high transparency. They have B2B relationships with UK dentists for aftercare. They aren't hiding in the shadows. Their reputation, especially in the UK market, is everything.
So their incentive is to get it right every single time?
Every single time.
Okay. Question 2. What if I don't like the result? What if I wake up, look in the mirror, and I look like I have a mouthful of Tic Tacs? What if it's irreversibly ugly? This is my biggest fear.
That is the nightmare scenario. And that is why the London consultation and the digital smile design are non-negotiable parts of the process. They exist specifically to prevent that outcome.
Because you've already seen it.
You don't just wake up and see what you get. You have already seen the simulation on a screen. You have already chosen the shade of white, and they have many shades. You don't have to go for nuclear white. You can choose a warm, natural white.
Yeah.
The result is agreed upon contractually and aesthetically before the procedure begins. You are the co-designer of your smile. There should be no surprise.
It does remove a huge amount of the risk. Okay, question 3. Hidden costs. You said fixed price, but is there going to be a surprise tax or a surprise medication fee when I get there? We've all been hit with those.
That is the guarantee they provide at the London meeting. The treatment plan you receive is comprehensive. It breaks down everything. The no surprise policy is a core pillar of their business model because they know that one hidden cost can ruin their reputation in the UK.
Word of mouth is powerful.
Especially in the internet age, they rely on trust. If they quote you £4,000, it is £4,000. Full stop. It includes everything from the procedure to the temporary teeth to the final fitting.
Okay, final question. Question 4. How do I know I'm a candidate? Maybe my bone is too thin for implants. Maybe I need a graft. I don't want to fly all the way there just to be told they can't help me.
That is specifically why you should attend the UK event. That's the whole point of it.
It's a screening process.
It's a screening process. The on-site x-ray review and the physical assessment by the senior dentist will determine that. They will tell you, yes, you are a perfect candidate for all-on-4. Or, actually, you will need a sinus lift and a bone graft first, and here's what that involves.
So they're honest about the complexity.
Completely. Or they can use the AI assessment tool to give you a preliminary answer. They won't fly you out there if they can't treat you. It's a waste of their time and yours. They filter for suitability right here in London, so when you do travel, it's with full confidence that the plan is achievable.
It really does seem like they have covered every base to bridge that trust gap. Every single hesitation I can think of, there seems to be a process in place to address it here in the UK. First.
They have. They understand the mindset of the UK patient. They understand the fears. So they are bringing the solution to you. They are taking the risk out of the equation.
So to wrap this all up, if you are listening to this and you are one of those 60% of people unhappy with your smile, if you're struggling with dental costs, if you've been putting this off for years, Mediglobe is offering a bridge. They are coming to London.
Don't let fear or cost stop you any longer. Go to the Mediglobe dental meeting. There's no obligation. Just go, meet the team, get your assessment, see what's possible. And if you decide to go ahead, you can secure that exclusive discount.
It's a chance to finally take control of the situation. I want to leave our listeners with one final thought. Imagine walking into that meeting in London with your current smile, the one that makes you feel self-conscious, and planning the vacation that will give you the smile you've wanted for a decade. Why wait?
Indeed. Why wait?
Thanks for listening to The Deep Dive. We'll see you next time.